Hi, this is Devendra Prasad from E2A in a series of our initiative to give an award about our opinion. Today's topic is EU in troubled water. Uh, Everybody is talking about the world peace and world's growth and the recent happenings in the European Union. We believe that European Union is bound to split and most of the country will get out of it very soon. The most important part of the recent activity is that UK decided to, Britain decided to get out of the European Union in order to safeguard their industrial sector because of the influx of the uh, skilled resources or unskilled resources from the other EU countries, and that is a major dent to the European Union, and that will impact the contribution from the UK to European Union fund in order to fund the new member or the less economical stable countries uh, to sustain their social security and all. At the same time, Europe in these days, the European Commission based countries are basically a target of the terrorist attack. If we take the France every week or there is one incident or another incident, and recently the Germany is also got trapped into the terrorist attack. At the same time, we know that the Portugal, Spain, and the Brussels what happened, which was very sad to see, and but it impacted the the confidence of the European Union-based countries, and I believe that most of the countries must be thinking of closing their borders because it's a Schengen state and where you need a visa of one country and you can move around any of the countries you want, and you can go and get on a job over there. So there is a lot of resentment within the local citizen of any countries, and because of the very bad economic state for the last 4 to 5 years, which the European Union based countries are going through, there is a higher probability that most of the country will come out and will demand that they will close their borders. At the same time, the industrial growth within the European Union countries are very low. The currency pressure is very high. Even though the European Union stimulus package is not helping any of the big countries or the small countries to revive their industrial growth, which is impacting the earning of the citizen, and at the same time pressurizing the country in order to to borrow more in order to support the high social security, which is impacting the costing mechanism. At the same time, because of the recent activity, everyone is looking for an Asia Pac region or a Southeast Asia as a safe haven for the investment because the Middle East and the Africa is also very unstable. At the same time, you know that the Greece is near to the bankruptcy. Last to last year, IMF gave multi-billion dollar support to them to revive their economy, but because of the high social security, mainly the pension part, there is also a lot of resentment against the government at the same time against the European Union policy because the European Union policy are imposed on many of the policies are imposed on the countries, and that is impacting at the same time. Post the Russia and European Union based countries rift, the trade between the Russia and the European Union is more or less zero, and Russia is considered to be a very big market for the European Union, which is also not giving any positives to the industry growth. Instead of that, it is giving a negative growth to that. And at the same time, we should not Forget about the Scandinavian countries, which is very rich in the oil reserve, and their economy is also going down because the oil price is hovering between the $40 to $50, if, where they don't have the sufficient cash in order to pump in into their industry and ultimately grow the whole ecosystem. European Union based country at the same time is very much dependent on China as a major market, and China, everybody knows that the China is going through a downturn. We all know about America, the Latin America, like the Venezuela. It's again on the verge of bankruptcy. We know about the Argentina. All those countries are facing a lot of problems on the both on the economical side, political side, and the social side, and that is basically creating an anger within the citizen of the European Union-based countries that what actually we are doing. We should split and we should have our own policies, we should have our own currency, and we should have our own mechanism to control the terror attack. And that that is gonna to impact European Union in terms of the investment confidence by the investors, and that is very much visible. The unemployment rate, if we talk about the unemployment rate, is very high in most of the countries, and still we believe and we very much appreciate both the Germany and France that they are basically running the show in Brussels in order to define that what the European Union should do. But the recent attack on both the France and Germany is basically diverted their focus from the industrial aspect to the security aspect. So I believe that very soon we will start hearing from different countries who will start raising their voice at Brussels to change the policy of immigration, to change the policy of employment in order to safeguard each country's citizens' job, as well as it will be very difficult for the other country's citizen to enter into another country to get a job. And that will lead to a scenario where there will be a more referendum coming in European Union based countries. And in my point of view, the next 1.5 years is very important for the future of European Union. But at this point of time, European Union is in a deep troubled water, and they need to fish themselves out within a very strong terror counter-terror mechanism, very strong industrial growth. They should be pro. They should be more pro-industrial, and in order to pump the energy within the industrial sector. For example, the Volkswagen, saga is also impacted the whole industrial aspect of Germany. So I believe and I pray that European Union-based country comes out of this troubled time, and I wish for all the citizens of the European Union to be safe and secure from any unwarranted terrorist attack, and they should be united at this point of time to think about their countries, but countries is gonna to raise their voice and the Brussels needs to handle that. Thank you.